Hey guys, Anders here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, Season 4 of Battlefield 2042 added some weapons to the game that may or may not be called overpowered, very noob-friendly, extremely easy to use. Basically, they just added broken weapons to the game yet again. And in today's video, we'll be going over multiple weapon setups and just some thoughts about these weapons, why they're so broken, and actually why it's really just destroying Battlefield 2042. That has to do with the gunplay. First of all, I just want to thank you guys that bought any glitch energy from the last video. Thank you guys so much. We smashed the sales requirement for that, and I will be getting my own flavor of glitch energy. I will keep you guys updated on all of that as I get information. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and of course, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 40,500 subs. You guys are just crazy. And yeah, let's just get right into the video. So, I have the RPT-31 and AC9 unlocked. I heard the RM68 assault rifle is the best AR in the entire game, but I'm not like a sweaty no-life, so I don't have like 15,000 hours a day to play to actually unlock it. But for the people that have paid money to unlock the Battle Pass, they've told me that it's better than the Scar. Comment down below if you know the answer to that, but I will definitely make a video on that if that ends up being the case. Now, the AC9 and the RPT-31 are two very different weapons. The AC9 is a submachine gun, the RPT-31 is, of course, a light machine gun. The light machine guns in Battlefield 2042 have posed an issue for the game for a while because, as the developers have even stated, there's very little differentiating between ARs and LMGs. LMGs are essentially just ARs with 200 bullets and a slightly longer sprint out time. The new RPT-31 LMG was supposed to be a quote-unquote heavy hitter light machine gun, but DICE lied, of course, and it actually has a 22 damage model, which is on par with some of the submachine guns in the game. But with that being said, the RPT-31 starts off extremely underwhelming. We're talking like, if you didn't know that it got super broken after using it for a while, you might put it down and never use it again. This weapon definitely requires you to get a bunch of kills to make it useful, but the reason that it's so useful is because it's one of the highest RPM LMGs in the entire game, while also being one of the lowest recoil and most accurate LMGs in the entire game. It has 200 bullets, it has a short barrel attachment, and it has the new laser sight attachment, so that combination of things is just absolutely devastating. Obviously, the best setup for this weapon, you're going to want to run short barrel with the new laser sight that reduces recoil and standard issue ammo. You can use high power to extend that damage range a little bit, but I think the increased RPM of standard issue is more than worth it. You're shooting, I think, 800 RPM with this thing with 0 recoil, and the red dot sight on this weapon is unique and much smaller than the other red dot sights. Now, the AC9 starts out a lot better than the RPT, but the funny thing about the AC9 is it's basically just a K30, but it is more accurate than a K30, so I would actually say it's better than the K30 right now, because the way they nerfed the K30 is you can't really hit the broadside of a barn past like 15 meters with it anymore. The AC9, I've gotten kills out to 50 meters, and this SMG can actually shoot almost 1100 RPM, and it has 0 recoil, like way less than the K30. The setup you're going to want to run with the AC9 is going to be the RCOM tactical muzzle brake. Just basically get rid of all that horizontal recoil and run the BCG grip just to get as much accuracy as possible. The BCG grip has a hip fire penalty, but it doesn't really matter considering how strong this weapon is regardless. And the ammo types you're going to want to run are close quarters, obviously if you're CQC, and standard issue if you're fighting out to a little longer range. It's worth noting that the CQC rounds increase the RPM, I think, to 1,080 RPM, and the standard issue decreased it to just under 1,000 at 980 RPM. Either way, this weapon absolutely shreds, and it's one of, if not the most overpowered SMGs in the entire game now. So now that we've spoken about that, what is the actual problem with Battlefield 2042? As I've played this game more and more, I've hated the gunplay more and more, and it's for one very simple reason. It's extremely simple. It's just that. There's no mechanics to learn, and the weapons are effective out to confusing ranges. With the RPT-31, because of how little recoil it actually has, I've gotten kills 120 meters, 130 meters, and that's insane for a light machine gun. You would almost never be able to do that in any previous Battlefield game. And the effect of that is you have to be worried about areas that you shouldn't really have to be worried about getting shot from. For instance, like, you're peeking a hill and there's a guy 100 meters away from you. You're like, oh, well, you know, I'm on a head glitch. Surely he can't beam me. No, you actually have to be worried about that guy, even if he has a light machine gun. Because if your aim is good enough, you can just hold down full auto, no bursting, no recoil, and just hit every single shot from that distance. And that is one of the reasons why I think new players struggle so much with Battlefield 2042. You can die from more places than ever. And that is why you hit the scoreboard sometimes and see scores like 0-20, 0-15. Those are regular scores that I see on a daily basis. And we've seen those score lines before in previous Battlefield games, but I would definitely say they're more common in this game than ever before. Combine that with the insane explosive spam of Battlefield 2042, and you have a recipe for absolute disaster. So what do you actually do to remedy any of this stuff? Well, with the gunplay, I would really like to see recoil increased, and I would also like to see some sort of mechanic put in place, bursting, perhaps, that would reduce the overall effective range of weapons. Now, this is not going to happen, obviously. Battlefield 2042 has been out for over a year, and they're absolutely not going to make any major fundamental mechanical changes to the way the gunplay works. So this is basically just me speculating. But I do think adding some skill gap to gunplay would significantly reduce deaths from distances that you wouldn't typically even get shot from before. I also don't think there's anything wrong with having something to learn mechanically in gunplay. There's really nothing to learn at all in Battlefield 2042's gunplay. It's extremely simplistic. I would say it's even more simplistic than some of the Call of Duty gunplays, and the effects of it are absolutely felt. So that's going to be it, guys. I'll keep you guys updated on everything going on with the Glitch Energy flavor. I'll put up a poll for you guys to decide what flavor it's going to be, as well as the name when I have that information. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and of course, subscribe to the channel. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. First link in the description. Drop my Twitch channel a follow. Join the Discord, and follow your boy on Twitter, because, like, why wouldn't you do that, right? Like, come on, right? I argue on Twitter all the time, and it's hilarious. I'll see you guys later.